Hi fashionistas, it's Afton Porter, your fashion stylist. We are on day 3 of our challenge and the hardest part is over. So I am so proud of you for completing day 3. If you are new to the challenge and you want to start over on day 1, go check out Monday's posts for day 1. Today's Wednesday, and check out all the posts in between and join us. It's not too late. I'm going to be choosing one winner who participates to receive a free $75 virtual color analysis. So I'll be doing that the last week of April, and I hope you win. And so that's what's going on with the challenge. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about, before we get into some of the details of the challenge and what's going on for the rest of the week, that what you wear matters. I remember I've always been into fashion. So when I was in high school, I was part of the Nordstrom Fashion Board in Seattle, Washington, and I got a fashion merchandising degree. I did not read a whole lot of books unless it was a fashion book. I was all into reading the fashion magazines, and then I actually started collecting magazines from different countries, and I just kind of love that whole thing. And then after I got married and started having children, they were my priority, and I feel like they should have been. Of course they should have been. But what happened was I stopped thinking about what I was wearing, what I was doing. And because they kind of like consumed all of my time. And that's kind of what I do. Like I pretty much focus really hard and on a few things. And I just pretty much didn't care what I wore. And I still had I worked for Calvin Klein for several years before I got married, and I got a bunch of free clothes working for them. But, so I had some cute stuff, but I just didn't care what I was wearing. And it wasn't until, my baby was actually, old enough that I was getting enough sleep at night, and that I was actually, kind of in a point where I was over 40, and I was just kind of having this renewal change in myself. And then I was awakening a little bit to what was going on. And because I had some health issues and I had to focus on myself, because I think if I wasn't having health issues, I wouldn't have done that. And then as I started taking care of myself and thinking about what I was wearing and how it changes how I felt, and that flooded over into all areas of my life. And that's actually true for everyone. I've talked about this before, but this study is fascinating to me. So they did a study on the brain, and what they did, what they did is they gave people these doctor coats, and they had them take a test. And when they took the test with the white doctor's coat on, they scored higher than the people who were given the same white coat but were told it was a painter's coat. And when they were wearing this painter's coat, they did not score as well. And the coat actually had to be physically on them. It could not be beside them. It had to be they had to be wearing it. And when they were wearing it, it triggers something in your brain. Just like you see those cute little kids running around wearing their favorite hero outfits, they turn into that favorite superhero. They might not have ever met a superhero in person, but they know exactly how a superhero is supposed to be behaving. So when it's the same for adults, you guys, when adults put on these white coats, in their mind they're thinking it's a doctor's coat, their brain changes, it's switched, and they were thinking at their highest level. And when we wear clothes that we love, that we feel good in, that in our mind we perceive it in a certain way, it actually is going to physically change our brain. We're going to be operating at our highest level. And that's what this challenge is all about, you guys. it's really awesome to have an organized closet. It is fun to see what you could do with it, but that is not what this challenge is about. This challenge is about changing who we are, not changing who we are, being able to operate at our highest level. It's to pull us out of whatever kind of bad thinking that we might be having going on inside of ourselves, or trying to just help us be the person, bring out the person inside ourselves that God has intended for us, or who we want to be operating at our highest level. And so when we put something on that it could just be a white t-shirt and jeans, but if you love those white t-shirt and jeans, you know, like that in your mind, it means something different. And it's different for you than it would be for me. The things that I put on and make that switch in my brain is going to be a little different for you. Now, the reason why the doctor's coat works for such a broad range is because in our minds, a broad range of people have a certain idea of what a doctor is and how they behave. But we each have that different feeling, and so we get to choose what those things are in our closet, and that is why we went through on Monday. And we went through and chose those things that we love, or that we wear, or we need to wear for work, or in our garden, or whatever it is. We might not love those pair of jeans, but those are our work jeans, you know? So, and you need to wear them. So that's why we did that on Monday. And as now it's Wednesday, we've organized it in such a way. And now tomorrow on Thursday, we're going to just I'm going to give you some practical tips of how to know if you're actually wearing the clothes that are in your closet. Because chances are you probably left some things in there that you're not really sure about, but you left them in there because you wanted to make sure you had it. So I'm going to give you some tips that you probably haven't heard before, and some that you have, but one that I came up with, I've never seen anyone else do. So we'll talk about that on Thursday. So be looking for that. And then on Friday, we're going to be talking about our personal style. So we have that going on. If you have completed your challenge, make sure you have a before and after picture. We're going to be submitting that and posting that if you haven't already. Make sure you comment on the posts. If there aren't any other questions about the challenge, then we'll go ahead and move forward, and we'll talk about how to rotate the clothes out, make sure that we are wearing them. And I just so desire for you to have the clothes in your closet so that you could show up for the people in your life the way you want to show up, that you could create the life that you want. And I believe that having your closet organized in this way and having clothes in the closet that you love will help create that for you. And I'm super excited to see this happen in your life. I want you to let me know if you've noticed anything, what you've learned from it, maybe some challenges that have come up while you've been doing this. I haven't heard like, oh, this has been really hard, or I haven't heard anyone say, Afton, I'm not really sure about getting rid of some of these things. I may not have worn it for a year, but I'm holding on to it because I paid a lot of money for it. I haven't heard anyone say anything like that, but I want you to tell me if you're experiencing any issues with this process. I want to hear from you if what's been really, really hard. I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me, Afton, I've loved this. I feel like things are lighter off my mind. I feel like things are feeling good, and that you're going to be able to walk into your closet shop and pick out something to wear in the morning, and so you can feel good. I want to hear these things. So let me know. I will be live tomorrow, and we'll be talking about the process. I'm going to, for knowing how, if you've worn all your clothes, and then I'm going to do a post in the morning. So make sure you're commenting on that so that I know that you're following along with the challenge, and then we'll finish tomorrow with finding our personal style. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm thinking about you.